I'm Frank Soltis, and this is with Cycling with Cancer. Well, my 2025 cycling season has come to an end. Why? Season ending hip surgery. Yep, it's coming up now, September 16th, I go in, and it can't come fast enough. Right now, my hip is killing me. It hasn't been too bad, say, over the past few months, but it seems like over the past 3, 4 weeks, it's really accelerated, and the pain is getting to be too much. Riding my bike, didn't have any issues. In fact, when I did the Closer to Free ride on the 6th, this past Saturday, fantastic. Little twinges here and there, but overall, not bad. So we're going to get in there as fast as we can. So this Tuesday, we go in and we get that corrected, and I can't wait. But again, it's over. So in 2025, well, hasn't been my best year. In fact, it was worse than last year. This year, I only did 1,267 miles. Last year, did over 1,800. That wasn't a good year either. But if I look over these past 2 years, I would say that my body has just gone through so much, both physically and mentally. January 24, I started my Zytiga, the 1,000 milligrams. I take that two 500 pills every day, and then every quarter get a shot of Lupron, and that keeps my testosterone level low. In fact, this past Tuesday, I had my follow-up with my oncologist, and everything was fantastic. My blood work was great. My PSA was fantastic. He's really happy at how well this has been going. So there's no issues with that. The issue I do have, besides my hip, is I got to get my bladder checked out. I'll get into this in another video a little later because I really want to concentrate on my cycling for this one. So um, my cycling this year, again, I did 1,267 miles. I did 1,870 last year. The year before, over 6,000 miles. In fact, beat it by 1 mile. December 31st, I looked to see what I had. I ended up doing just over 30 miles just to make sure I clicked that off. And I made it. And it was a busy year for that. Let's just put it that way. But it was great. Like I said, though, this year it's been tough. It's been really tough. I just couldn't get sync between my body and my mind. There were days that I had to force myself to get on the bike. And when I did, I felt great. I got back. I feel like I accomplished something. Physically, I felt better. But then there were other days I couldn't even force myself to get on. I looked at my bike and thinking, geez, I really should get on. I just didn't want to. It was like if I would get more pain if I got on there. And like it's just been an awful year. So I'm looking forward to putting this behind me. And once the hip surgery is done and they get me onto my therapy, I'm looking to really, really concentrate on that, do everything I can to accelerate the healing process. And I'll take you through that once I get through everything. And, once I go through the therapist and they tell me what to do and all, I'll be glad to share that with you. So that's going to be the 16th. But I ended the season on a high note. September 6th, I did the Closer to Free ride. I had it scheduled for 65 miles, but I couldn't do it for, I guess the basic reason was it just wasn't getting out of my bike. I just didn't have the time. We were finishing up the remodeling project on the kitchen, and we had other things to do. If I got out once a week, I was lucky. It was like every 10 days I would be able to get out on my bike and go. That's another reason why I had such a low time. But then August 25th, I had my first episode, and basically they told me, hold off until you go see your urologist. So I did. So I was off the bike for basically 2 weeks. But to do 40 miles in 2 hours and 15 minutes at 14 miles an hour was great. I mean, like I said, for being off for 2 weeks, I was just hoping to finish at some point. And it was probably good I did. That day, we had some pretty severe weather that came through. In fact, a text message went out to everybody saying that at 3:30, they were calling off the festivities at the Yale Bowl. Anybody who was out on the course was told to stay in place. If you're at a rest area, stay at the rest area. If you're out on the course, stay where you are. Call into the number that was on your wristband. That was the easiest way to make sure you had their number, was it was on a wristband that we had. Call in, tell them where you are, and sweep vehicles were going to be coming out and they were going to be picking up everybody. So if I was doing the 65, I doubt I would have been one of the ones who got picked up. I just didn't have the oomph to really accelerate through everything and get through in a decent amount of time. Kudos to them for staying on the safe side and getting that taken care of. I did have two mishaps on on the ride. One was probably about half an hour in. So I have my Insta360 camera. So this is the camera. Let me see if I, there we go. So what it has is, it has two lenses, one that side, one this side. And as you can see here, it's pretty beaten up. You can see on that side, the corner was damaged. I put a piece of flex tape over it to seal it up because there is a hole that's in there. And then as you can see on the lens here, it's pretty beaten up. But on Sunday, I went and I tried it out and recorded great. I mean, even with these scratches on it, I can't tell. So I'm going to do a little bit more on that. And if I have to change it, I got a lens repair kit. So we'll take care of that. But what I should have done when I bought it, which I don't know why I never thought of, was to get a case for it. As you can see, with this would have been protected. It came with a cover for the lenses. And then, once you start to write, you take the cover off. But if I had this on here, as you can see, corners would have been protected and this wouldn't have happened. But live and learn. Hey, it works. I changed the lenses and it's good. I just got to find a new mount now so this doesn't happen again. But overall, I did get some footage. I'll play you the send-off and the ride by Smilow Cancer Center with the nurses, doctors, patients, and their families out there cheering us on. And then people all along the route were cheering us on. And, it really made you feel good. I had so much fun doing it. I'm really looking forward to next year. Too bad I missed last year, but I'm looking forward to next year. But what excited me the most was the fundraising. The reason why I said that was I set a very high goal. I set a goal of $10,500, and I thought that's pretty much a stretch. But the first year, in 22, I raised just over $3,000. Last year, 2 years ago, I raised just over $6,000. So I was pretty close to $10,000 with all the numbers in there. But I wanted to beat that goal, and I wanted to keep it round, so I did 10,500. And when I got into September, I thought, it was a lofty goal, but if I can't get there, I can't get there. Sorry, the hip. But if I could crack $10,000, I thought that would be fantastic. And I did put a push out again, and just before the ride, and I got about 8 people that donated, and it got me over the hump, and I ended up raising $10,580. So in all the videos I do a lot for Facebook and stuff, and every time I always say thank you, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for helping us get closer to free. Thank God I'm not going through what I see some of the other patients go through, but anything that we can do to help eradicate this disgusting disease, I'm in all the way. So I'm looking forward to next year to beat my 10,580. So next year we'll just make it even again, and we'll try to raise the 10,600. If I can get to 10,600 early enough, I'm going to take the 25 miles I didn't do this year, add it to next year, and do the whole 100-mile ride. Now that's where all the training comes in. If the body accepts it and the mind accepts it, I'm in. I'm ready to do it. In 22 and 23, especially in 23, I know I could have done 100 miles. I felt great. But we'll see. We'll see. That's my goal. I'm going to set a high goal, and I want to hit it. So we're going to go ahead and do that. With the ride, there's well over 2,000 in-person riders. Then we have all the virtual riders on as well. Sometime in October, I'll get the final numbers. They'll send out an email and tell exactly how many people rode and how much money they raised. This started out in 2011. This is the 15th year. Every year that they've done it, they've got more and more money, and it's fantastic of what they've done. And the best part is, all the money that's raised goes straight into Smilow and the Yale New Haven Cancer Center for research and for the patient. So, I'm just so happy to participate. That's kind of where I'm ending up this year. The weather right now is fantastic. We're in a dry spell, mid 70s, blue skies. You can't ask for anything better than that. But like last year, I'm out. Oh, hopefully next year everything will be good and I can ride well into November. But hey, if I can get out, I'm happy. So I thank you. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like it. If you want more, please subscribe and hit the bell so you know when more videos come out. And leave your comments below. Like I started out my first video, I want this to be interactive. I want to share my experiences with you. And again, I want to learn from you. You tell me your experiences, what you've gone through, and we can help each other. So thank you so much for joining me today. Have a great day. And in the next video, we'll talk about my medical. So thank you all very much. Sponsors, our legal sponsor, NBC National California, our Smile Salute sponsor, All American Waste, our name sponsor, Pfizer Oncology, our support vehicle sponsor, Moral Motors, longtime sponsor, Biohaven, our hospitality sponsor, the Spectacular Study of Trail, our free ride sponsor, our 65-mile on your left.